Who have come here to actually listen to our voice. Mr. Tios, as he's an activist here, and he has been supporting to fighting for all the downtrodden people in this country, not only for the Meitei and the other Kuki and other many other communities. He has been an active vocal activist who stands for the voiceless people. So just give a round of applause to our friend, colleague, and he's already our uncle, and everyone knows about him, and many other thanks. Today is a very important day for all of us, and of course the why we are organizing here, why we are standing here is very important, because in the last 2 years the kind of sectarian forces and the kind of the divisive politics has set already an agenda that the valleys are for the Meiteis and the hills are for the other community. But in fact, the Meiteis are actually originated from koubro. So we should not forget this. And we have to tell again and again to the rest of the world that we actually come down from the koubro mountain, from the koubro, and also from 1,000 years before. We all know that the Imphal Valley, the Central Valley, was under the water, and there was no any inhabitants by the people. And then not only in Manipur, in every civilization, people actually come down from the hills to the valley. In a similar way, the Meitei actually gradually come down to the valley. When we say the Meitei, who are the Meiteis? Meiteis are also a conglomerations of the peoples from across the community. Not only like in the Meitei community, many of the Naga tribes, the Maring, they've already absorbed in the Meitei community. And again, the Meitei also, many of the Meiteis are also become actually tribes. We all know that. So if we understand the sociology and anthropologies of the origins of the Meitei community, then Meitei is actually a diverse community. Now, not only the ancient people, but also the new migrant community from other rest of India, like the Bengali, from other states also absorbed as a part of the Manipuri society. Why I'm saying is that the Meitei society and the Manipur society is a multicultural society. And we believe on the secularism, we believe on the respecting the older communities in Manipur. That is why we have been living with a peaceful coexistence in the last many years. Unfortunately, in the last 2 years, we are not allowed to go to Koubro Hills. As we all know that in the last 2 years, in our elected government, they could not have done nothing change in our life. But after the president rules imposed in Manipur, people felt that some kind of rule of law will be existed in Manipur. But that is also not happening. The Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah has shared a meeting in Delhi, and the Chief of the Army was present at that meeting. All the security forces, DIG of the BSF, CRPF, was present in that meeting. And in that meeting, it was decided that from 8 March, in all the Manipur, free movement will be allowed. But in actual practice, we are not allowed to go freely in Manipur. This is also reality. Why we are not allowed? It is actually blocked by the sectarian forces and by demanding that a separate administration or UT should be provided to them. Until and unless UT and separate administration is not provided, Meitei should not be allowed to hills in the Manipur. Do you agree that we will agree in this condition that Meitei will not go to the hills? It is not possible. Why? Because Meiteis are also hill people. As we all believe from the Meitei mythology that they are in the Koubro Hills, in the first settlement of the human settlement in this part of the Manipur is in Koubro Hills. And in that place, the Lainingthau Sanamahi, the Supreme God, the Ima Laimarin Sidabi, the Supreme Goddess, Ima Imoinu, and all the important Lairimbis are in Koubro. That is why in every year we go to the Koubro Hills for in the month of March and April, in the May after the New Year, Sajibu Chairauba, and this has been a practice. And we go there for to get blessings for our siblings for generations. But in the last 2 years, we are denied to go there. Not only in the Koubro, but also in Tangzing. The cookie groups, they changed the name of Tangzing into Tangting. They changed many of the historical distorted history, rewriting history, and appropriating the land. Unfortunately, you all might have seen in the Tangzing Hills, the Christian cross was erected on the secret place of the Tangzing. Have you seen any such kind of activities in any of the church in Imphal? Yes, the church were demolished as a counter-attack, but none of the church was transformed into a temple in Imphal. But in our secret Tangzing Hills, the Kuki militants with the public, they erected cross on the top of the secret Tangzing, in front of the government of India, in front of the Indian military, because they allow the Kuki militant to do that. So we will not blame to the Kuki militant, but we will blame to the Indian government, because their forces allow the Kukis, completely allowing to dismantle our history. But will we accept this? No. The Maitai community cannot survive without Koubro, without Tangzing, without Ibudo Wangrem. So this is the fact to tell to the world that we originated from Koubro, and no power can actually separate from Koubro and the Maitai. Yes, we have accepted today's status quo because we believe, as a citizen of India, we believe to the Constitution of India. We believe that the government will do something. Then they will bring the rule of law in Manipur. They will take action against those militant groups who are taking arms in their hand and dictating political agenda in Manipur. But unfortunately, in the last 2 years, it is also widely said by the Manipuri community, by the Maitai, that this conflict is not resolved because the government of India is behind this conflict. They are supporting the Kuki militant. And if you discuss with many of the news analysis in Imphal, in ISTB, in many experts are saying clearly that for geopolitics, government of India is supporting Kuki militant. Why geopolitics? Government of India wanted to counter the Chinese involvement in Burma, but the Maitais are more confined to Manipur. The Kukis are also staying in Burma. They wanted to use Kuki militant as a power tactic in Burma politics. So we are saying that your policy is a flop policy. Now you have to stop that Burma policy. Until and unless government of India do not stop this divisive Burma policy, the war will continue. The war will continue. So that is why we are here to tell to the world that the Maitai and other indigenous community like the Jamai tribes, they also actually belong to that Koubro Hills in the Jamai community. Yesterday, we all have seen that Kuki militant have attacked the Jamai community, Naga tribes yesterday, and one Jamai chief were attacked by the Kuki militant. They have started the attack on Maitai, now they started attacking on the Naga tribes. Will you accept this? No. Will you accept this? No. So we will not accept, because the Kuki militant thought that they have a backing of the Indian military, so they can do anything. They can road the block, they can road the national highways, and now not only the Kuki militants, the civil society organization, they make conditions for the peace talk. They said that until and unless this separate administration or UT is not met by the government of India, then they will not allow to surrender arms.
They openly defying the orders of the Home Ministry. They said that they will not surrender arms. They will not go for the peace. That means there is no rule of law. There is no rule of law. That is why we are organizing this protest to tell to the world, to the government of India, that you should not try to divide Meitei and the Koubro. You should not try to divide Meitei and the relation with the Tangzing. The Meitei will never accept. Even though this is the time that we are actually requesting to the government of India that you should take some action. You should make arrangement that Meitei should be allowed to go to the Koubro. But having said that, even the government, if they are not doing anything, then will we be a spectator like that? No. We will go there. Even we need to sacrifice our life, we will definitely go to the Koubro. Right? Right?
Yes.
We will definitely go to the Koubro. But now we are not giving any deadline because we believe to the Constitution of India. We believe to the government of India that you should make arrangement so that we can visit, we can pray to that places. One of the Sardarji told me recently that even the Indian Sardarji can go to Pakistan for prayer. Why can't Meitei cannot go to Koubro? This is the thing that our uncle has already said, that Meitei has tolerated so much, because we want a peaceful life. We want peaceful coexistence of all the community. That is why we wanted to tell to our friends and to all the people that the Manipur is a hill state, and then only valley area is around 6%, and even Surchampur town is a valley. Many national media are also confused about the hill and valley, but 70% of the Kuki population live in the Surchampur town. It's a valley area. So how can you divide between hill and valley? You cannot divide, because many of live in the valley. There are 9 valleys in the hill, Khopum Valley, so many valleys are there in the hill state of Manipur. How can you divide Manipur into hill and valley? It's impossible. So it will be very harmful to all of us. That is why we appeal to the government of India that the indigenous people of the Meitei and the Zemais, we should be allowed to go to the Koubro, we should be allowed to go to Tangzing, we should be allowed to go to Kundo Layambi in the Sandil district of More. As you all know, that in More town, 1961, Kuki were few numbers. The majority were the scheduled caste, even the majority were the non-scheduled tribe. But it is only after 1992, Kuki Naga class, many of the Kuki have shifted to the More town, and they control this area. They have controlled this area. Now they have controlled the Surchampur. They wanted to control all the section, and they wanted to do politics by force. So we will not allow to do this. So we also know that there are many peaceful, loving people from the Kuki communities, from the Thadau communities, but we will also want to tell today that the Paiche communities are leading attack the Meitei communities. So we appeal to the Paiches also that you are very educated community, but we know that how and when you have migrated in Manipur. So please do not attack Meitei more. I'm just an appeal that let's live together with a peaceful coexistence. Let's try to progress as a collective society. We are not against any community, but we are saying that the rule of law should be restored in Manipur. Whoever comes after 1951 or 61 should be treated as a new people, as a foreign people. Because we cannot accept everyone in Manipur as a scheduled tribe. But the government is doing. Even in the Thadau population, out of 2,15,000, if you carefully look at the Thadau population, more than 60,000 people have been actually coming from nowhere, because the population ratio is around 7.5 increases. In any community, if you also speak about the Kabui, in 1961, Kabui speaking people is 29,000. Thadau speaking people were around only 30,000. But now they are 2.714 lakhs. But Kabuis are less than 1 lakh. How is it possible? The Kabui original people who are around 29 lakh population are still under 50,000. But the Thadau, who were only 30,000 Thadok speaking people is now 2.14 lakhs. That means large number of population have come and they become a tribe. They have already spread in all over the state. So the government of India should identify the legal citizen. This is our demand. This is our constitutional demand. With having said that, I will conclude my speech, and I will want to appeal to all the communities in Manipur that Manipur is a multicultural society and we should respect each other, religious life, traditional life, and we should cooperate each other and we should love each other. With having said that, I will also want to say that the Delhi Meitei Coordinating Committee is actually with the support of many clubs in Delhi. And there are around 13, 14 clubs, Meitei clubs across the Delhi. And now why we are actually making this club is that we have to actually communicate, the people among the clubs also. So there is a practice that every second Sunday is a meeting day for all the clubs. So in every people, if you are not part of any club, please join in any of the area club also. And one of the very prominent clubs in Delhi, the first club is actually Burari Meitei Club that I also belong to. So Burari Meitei Club, every week, every Sunday, second Sunday, they have a meeting. They have a community service, community meetings are there. So Burari Meitei Club also organize a lucky draw on the next Sunday. And if you actually support the clubs, so we need to support each other with one club to another. So our club members are there, so you can also be part of the lucky draw. And I as a convener, as a co-member, we will support any initiative which is taken by the club members, not only the Burari but also Nawada Meitei Club, Kalkazi Meitei Club, and all the club members, Nawada, Kishangarh Meitei Club. So we will strengthen our club. So everyone, please take a ticket from the Burari Meitei Club. Thank you so much.